She cried non-stop over a devastating betrayal until Carl Jung revealed that the man who betrayed her never existed. A woman enters Carl Jung's office completely devastated. She had just discovered a devastating betrayal and could only repeat the same phrase over and over. "I don't understand how he could do this to me." Jung noticed that the problem had always been in a single word, he. The man capable of betraying her, the one she swore she knew, never existed in real life. He was a character constructed in her mind. And characters don't betray, they only do what the author commands. The real man always gave signs. He was perfectly capable of making mistakes, and he did. She wasn't crying for the real man. She was at a funeral without a body, mourning a character who never breathed. And when the character dies, the memories rot in real time. You look at old photos, dinners, and late-night conversations and think, was that real? It takes a day to discover the lie. But the audit of the past has no end date. And before you judge this woman or think she was naive, understand one thing. You do this, I do this, everyone does. Our brain hates blank spaces, so it acts like a mental autocorrector. Someone seems offended. The brain notes loyal. Someone is very attractive. The mind translates good person. You have an amazing 40-minute conversation on a party balcony. There you go, you've built an entire soulmate out of 40 minutes of conversation. We follow the person on social media. We know their playlist, the dog's name, their morning routine, and we feel like we know them. But what we know is just a shop window. You sketched out your dream apartment on a napkin and then got upset with how the construction turned out, but the design was yours. Every relationship, whether it's love, friendship, or work, operates under an invisible contract. No one signed it, but it's in effect. I make you feel special. You make me feel needed. I play the strong one. You play the grateful one. The quickest way to read this contract is by breaking it. Try to change, grow, or set boundaries and see what happens. The funny friend tries to be serious and the group freezes. The person who always says yes says no for the first time and is seen as ungrateful. You stop accepting disrespect and gain a reputation for being cold. The truth is uncomfortable. Many people don't love who you are. They love the old version of you that was less trouble. When someone you love treats you badly, you notice. The problem was never what you saw, it was how you interpreted it. Did you get treated with disdain? You interpreted it as stress. Did you get coldness? You interpreted it as shyness. Did you get repeated disrespect? You labeled it as poor service. We mistranslate on purpose, because the correct translation is costly. Admitting the truth requires demanding accountability, confronting, or walking away. Denial is much cheaper in the short term. And the same applies when you look within. Jung called the shadow everything we hide from ourselves to maintain the badge of being a good person. Envy, the secret relief when a rival fails, and affection withheld to maintain control of a relationship. As Jung used to say, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. After facing this shattering of expectations, the most dangerous temptation arises, cynicism. You close off your heart, put on a cold armor, and declare to the world, now I don't trust anyone anymore. Everyone lies, everyone manipulates. But understand one thing, cynicism is neither intelligence nor maturity. Cynicism is just idealism turned upside down. It is despair disguised as lucidity. Before, you would create a naive hero in your head for every person you met. Now, scared by the pain, you invent a villain. The theater remains exactly the same and you keep trying to control the play. Cynicism turns everyone into a monster because it is easier to judge humanity than to accept the unpredictability of living. A childish attempt to protect yourself. If I already expect the worst from everyone, no one can surprise me. You trade the pain of disappointment for the isolation of bitterness. But in the end, the cynic's refuge is just a cold cell built by himself. True maturity is not becoming an unfeeling stone, nor continuing to be naive. Maturity begins when you understand the real weight of a word that everyone hates, disillusionment. In our culture, disillusionment is seen as a tragedy. But if you look at the root of the word, disillusionment literally means the end of illusion. It is the falling of the veil. Disillusionment is not the end of something good, it is the beginning of the truth. Seeing people for who they really are requires brutal courage. It involves understanding that the same person capable of giving you a warm hug is also perfectly capable of failing you, that the other person is not a saint, and that you are not one either. When you learn to read people by what they do, and not by what you need them to be, human behavior stops shocking you. You stop expecting water from a dry well and stop blaming yourself for not holding onto a character that was never yours. Seeing reality hurts, but it is the only price to pay to stop acting in other people's theater and finally take charge of your own life. If this analysis makes sense to you and you value content that investigates human psychology without beating around the bush, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos, and tell us below about an experience you had with a betrayal or a failure by someone that left you feeling immensely bitter.